Hi guys, welcome back to Paranormal. Um, on the last video made, the maker of the app isn't Steve. It's the same maker of the Spiritus. I love those guys. That's the bad part about it. And I am not saying that the app is going to be a bad thing. I just want you guys to be aware. That's it. That's it. I just don't want those people out there that are looking for long lost relatives to think that they've got them and be deceived. Because anytime you add human speech to the equation, it just gives the demons and evil spirits and inhuman spirits a chance to even be more manipulative than they already are. That's all I'm saying. I'll use the app. I'll use the app. I will try the app. I will test the app. It may be a good thing. I don't know for sure yet. I'm just saying, my common sense tells me if you're going to use it, just please use it with caution. Just please use that new app with caution. For the simple matter that it's got human speech involved. That's all I'm saying to you guys. It's just a warning. I am not downing the app at all. I'm not trying to down it before it even comes out. It seems that way, but I feel, as long as I've been at it, that it's my duty. And I can't help but feel this way. And if it makes some people angry, I'm sorry. A lot of people may feel angry at me that he may not let it out for free now or whatever. Oh, don't worry, people. He will let the app out. He is going to let the app out. He's already said he's going to let the app out. And he's already said he's going to let the app out for free. How would that look for him not to do that? It wouldn't look very good on him, on his part. It would make him look horrible. So don't worry if you're looking so forward to this app coming out. Okay, guys? It'll be out. You can count on that. Take it to the bank. I'm just saying for the newbies that are coming into this field that haven't been in it for years and years and years and years, that you add human reverse speech to the equation. You get grandma, you get grandpa, you get mom and dad, and little sis and little brother voices in the equation and reverse them. It could end up being a very deceptive app. It could. It could. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying warning, it could. It could end up being one of the most deceptive apps on the Play Store in our field. Anybody with a freaking brain should know that. Anybody with common sense already knows that. That's been in this field long enough to approach this coming app with major caution. I'm just worried about those people that find it, that were like me. Even the seasoned investigator, I couldn't get a hold of my mother for a long time. I couldn't. And I even, before my own mother passed, told my mother what I did. I showed my mother my equipment. I even, every time, sorry guys, I even showed my mother some equipment. And I even told, my mother was on hospice. She knew she was going to die. I even had my mother, before she passed away, start investigating herself. My mother ended up having things being moved around her home and lights flickering on and off because she didn't have equipment. She just had her voice to talk to people in the home that had passed. And a lot of stuff was coming up, being moved around, and it scared my mother to death. So my mother got scared to death, and she called me. I won't ever forget it. She said, "Okay, Michael, I'm scared now. What do I do? I'm scared. They're scaring me. This, not they're scaring me, but this is scaring me." I told her, "Mom, tell them to stop. Ask them very nicely to please stop. That they're scaring you." And she did, and they stopped. So I have a feeling I know exactly who it was doing all the maneuvering around there. My grandmother passed away in the home on Christmas morning. I actually lived there at that time. I would go work sometime over 18-hour days, easy, and come home, and then straight away after work take care of my grandmother that was in hospice, in a hospital bed. And it was so bad. She was getting bed sores. No matter how we would turn her, we would turn her up and put her on her side and put blankets up to keep her in place, and she would slink back down in the bed, and nothing we did could keep her from slinking back down to that position she'd like to get in, and would get bed sores. It wasn't for lack of trying. Me and my mother was the only ones taking care of her between hospice. This is my stepdad's mother. She loved me so much. She was such a great lady. I watched, she was a total atheist, and I watched her, and I experienced things with her too that got me into the paranormal. Take from this what you want. As she went through the dying process, and I went through the dying process with her, and my mom, this was before my mother got put on hospice. She would see men standing at the end of her bed. One time she started screaming that her whole room was on fire. Towards the end, though, she was looking up, pointing at the ceiling, bless her little heart. She had shriveled away to nothing, saying, "Look at all the beautiful stars. Look at all the beautiful lights up there. Can you see them?" What I believe is she went through a spiritual journey somehow. Maybe what was at the end of her bed was an angel. Maybe they gave her the chance. It's a maybe. They gave her the chance to reconcile. And I know that when she did pass away, it was a rough deal. This is my grandmother, not my mom. Now, with my mother, they gave her 2 years to live. My mother lived for like 12 years with it. They gave her 2 years to live, so she was on and off hospice. What an emotional ride it was on me. that many years wondering when your mom is going to die, especially the mom you never had as a child ever, was so emotional and so hard to go through. They would put her on hospice, and my mom was so strong. They would take her off hospice because she would start doing so much better. She would go downhill. They would put her back on hospice. So, like I said, almost like a year before she passed, it's so weird. My mom had no idea what I was doing. I had been out on my own and married for years now with my mom situation. This is just a talkie. I just wanted to tell you guys some things. Uh, because had there been an app out like that's coming with a female voice that could sound like mom, and I get a damn demon on the other end acting like my mom, using reverse speech, giving me false hope, that would crush me. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I'm not saying that it's not going to work either. I'm not saying that mom can't come through and choose that. That could very well happen too. That's what we deal with in our field. I'm just saying use caution. Use caution. You've got to use caution with it. That's all I'm saying. I'm even excited, I've got to admit, about it coming out. I'm just saying, guys, use caution with it. That's all. I showed my mom all kinds of things. She started believing in it real quick because she was looking for an answer, especially knowing she was dying. I taught her a crash course on how to talk to spirits, and the next thing I know, she got into it real heavily. On her deathbed, she got into it. Within 4 or 5 weeks of it, she called me crying because they were moving her things around and that she was scared. My mom was a little teeny woman. It scared her. So she said, what do I do? What do I do, son? I said, Mom, if they're bugging you that much, all they're doing is just letting you know they're there, Mom. They're just letting you know they're there. It's Grandma. I know who it is. She's just letting you know she's still around because you're talking to her now. You're asking her to turn the lights off and on, and she's doing it. She's just now letting you know that she's around. That's all. She said, well, I don't like it anymore. It's scaring me. I said, okay, well, just ask her really nice, or ask whoever's doing this to please stop because it is scaring you. And that's all she had to do, and the activity, it ceased with the snap. My mom stopped communicating. A year later, my stepfather got a real bad flu. My mom had bad lungs. Had these been out in time, my mom was a major smoker like I was before these vapes came along. My mom she smoked so many cigarettes. I bet she smoked millions of cigarettes. That's what killed my mother, COPD. And it was rough. I have COPD because I smoke so many cigarettes. But since I started vaping, you guys have heard that story, so I don't have to go there. But bottom line, I'm just saying, it could be a wonderful app for us all. It could be. But it still begs the question, could that app, using all that human reverse speech of all the people that it is on there, give demons and inhuman and or just plain evil people, spirits, a chance to be more deceptive? Yes or no? We all know the answer to that. So use caution. That's all I'm saying, guys. Just use caution with it. And if you've just lost somebody, don't get your hopes up. That's all I'm saying. I don't want any of my subscribers to be crushed. Because I know how it feels. So, that's it, guys. I'm done with that and getting back to my own research. I just wanted to warn you guys. God bless. Peace. Take care. I'll catch you on the flip flop.